I'm Stanley. I made IZTDM. It was my idea and stuff, and I'm responsible for all this madness. And below me is next on the list.
Hi, I'm Jacob.
He's Jacob,
and I'm mainly the voice of Scooge.
Yeah, he helped out a bunch. He's not the actual voice of Scooge for the show. I want to clear that up. I've had so many people like comment on my Facebook page and like comment in like broken English asking if this is the actual show page, and I like have to explain to them through a language barrier that no, this is a fan project. That's always fun.
Oh, wow.
Wow, 6 people already. Holy cow. Okay, anyways, so that's Jacob. Below Jacob is...
Hey, I'm Navi, and I'm the voice of Schlunktapookses.
Yes. Do a quick Schlunktapookses. Say, like, pirate monkeys or something.
Pirate monkeys!
She does a good Schlunktapookses. All right, and then below her is...
Ezra, hi.
He's Ezra, hi.
I do Tallest Red and the Game Slave CEO, as well as...
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's the first one I did. As well as the Irken guard who gives Zim and Dib the map. I think
that's right. You're the the Irken guard, the toll ring guard, like that's just like, yeah. Okay, cool. While you guys are rolling,
I remember that. I try and pronounce the guy's name, and it ends up being like this eldritch sound.
Yeah. It's like we the CEO of the Game Slave Corporation, Mr.
We're getting ahead of ourselves, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it would be a miracle if we got through the whole script tonight. I doubt it, but it would be a miracle. Okay. Let me copy the link to the live stream and start sharing it around social media stuff, just as like a surprise thing. We got you a bonus stream. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to type it exactly like that. We got you a bonus stream. And then people can click on it. People can like hesitantly click on it. Like, I'm not sure if I want to. This looks like spam. There we go.
It's not spam. It's baloney.
Baloney.
Be there, a girl launch you into space.
Yes, launch me into the space. Like, I don't know why I get an accent.
And remember, baloney is what we are all deep down.
Yes. I get a weird accent when my attention is divided. So like I don't know why. I just do. It's just something I just now noticed. Like I was like, you were talking, and I'm like, yes. I talk like this because I'm paying attention to 2 things at once.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, IZTDM. I hate it because each social media site has a different tagging system.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Give me just a second. Okay, cool. And we have posted the social media links everywhere. Checking the various sites. Yes. Okay, close other tabs. And excuse me. And I better actually pull up the live stream page just to see what's going on, make sure I'm caught up.
Should we do? And for this, should we read off of our screens or yours?
Whatever. Maybe we should do. Can you read mine? Okay.
I can't read yours at all. I have it on my other screen. So if you look off to the side, you'll know why.
All right.
And since we can't go full screen, it'd probably be best just to read it off of ours.
Yeah, read your own, guys. This is mostly for the audience's benefit.
Sorry.
That's cool. Okay. So hi guys. Hello everyone. Hi. We're doing some fun little script readings. I see Zim is in the chat. It's Zim himself, and definitely not a parody account at all.
Well, Zim, hope you like what we've done for you.
Yeah.
You definitely don't end up suffering.
Assuming he isn't plotting to kill us because we've exposed him as an alien already to like an audience of what do we have here?
Wait, Zim.
7.
Wait, Zim's an alien?
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. No, I don't know. But anyways, Thank you everyone. Hello. We're just going to do a fun little script reading of my fan film script. We're going to see how far we get. Maybe we get through it all. I kind of doubt it. We'll probably get through 1 or 2 scenes before we call it quits.
So
and just for the record, we're not all going to be voicing the characters we normally do. I mean, if we come across a part we volunteered to do in the actual fan film, we'll do it. But there's going to be a lot of parts missing because obviously we don't have the full cast here. So this will be fun. I will be the narrator. I think that just makes the most sense. Is that fair enough? I guess. Yeah.
Considering the whole Overlord Supreme thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, and with that, let's just do this. Let's just have fun. Okay. Invader Zim, the Doom movie. What? Oh, dang it. I think someone's calling my name. Hang on. Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. Goodness gracious. I thought it was my name. Someone was calling someone else. Okay. We're ready to go. All right. So we have Invader Zim, the Doom movie, written by Stanley Orr, based on the series Invader Zim by Jonan Vasquez, also known as Jonathan Vaseline. Okay. Sequence 1, the escape / opening credits. Okay. Fade in. Exterior, planet Irk, space. We see a single planet floating in the void of space. The planet has a shadow over it. Around the planet is a ring. The camera slowly eases in. The dark side of the planet is slowly drifting away, revealing only a fraction more of the surface. Unexpectedly, a large Irken Ripper rumbles past the camera, which is blinded by the white light from the engine for a split second. When the camera clears, the scene has changed. The shadow is gone. We can clearly see planet Irk and the toll ring around it. The camera is still continuously drifting towards the planet. Now swarming around the planet, like wasps hovering around a hive, are millions of Irken ships. A very powerful and imperial feel. Ships fly in and out. Ships fly in front of the camera and past it occasionally to keep life in the scene. A little electronic sign transforms in the bottom right of the camera. The text is in Irken at first, but it flickers and converts to English. Planet Irk, home of the Irken Empire. The sign collapses and slides off camera. We jump cut closer to the planet, just past the toll ring. The Irken logo takes up almost the whole screen. A cloud drifts in front of the camera, obscuring everything. The cloud's clear. Oh wait, obscuring everything. Don't look. Okay, the cloud. Stanley scrolled too fast. Whoa, hang on. I should use the arrow keys from now on. Give me a second. Okay. The cloud's clear, revealing Irken City at night. No, technically it would be daytime, but for thematic effect, it's night. We get an aerial view of the mighty city, lit up with millions of lights. Traffic darts around everywhere. Think Coruscant from Star Wars. Also, Stanley just is now realizing how much narration there is, but don't worry, people, you get to voice things soon. A tall building with we'll cut to the spike of judgment. A tall building with hundreds of lights all over it. Exactly what it sounds like. A judgment spike. A spike that judges people. We linger. Then we whip zoom into the front doors. And they open. The heavy doors open, revealing the scene. A hapless Irken, Squeech, is standing in the middle of the room of judgment. 3 judge control brains are surrounding him. And also, I voiced pretty much everyone for a while here. So, Jacob, did you want to be control brain number 1? Navi, control brain number 2. Ezra, control brain number 3, and this is going to be a disaster when you try to say things at the same time. This will be fun. Okay, you guys. Yeah.
Hideous.
Foil.
Disgusting.
We have our ruling. Irken
Squeech's ID pack is damaged
and has led to a corrupted
data
path. He
is
is
the defective.
His data shall not be allowed to contaminate the collective and will therefore be neutralized. Transfer to the main processing immediately.
No, please! 2 guards grab him and also wonder if the control brains need updating because, man, holy cow. We cut to the hallway of judgment. There's an elevator at the end. We hear Squeech's muffled screaming from behind the doors. No, ding! The elevator opens and the guards are dragging him down the hall. No, I'm not. His pack sends out a short burst of electricity as it short circuits. I'm not a defective. You've got it all wrong. Angle on a conveyor belt, like a doomy tunnel of blackness. You've got it all wrong. The 2 guards throw Squeech onto the conveyor belt. The guards depart. The conveyor belt lights up. Squeech is taken back, swallowed by the darkness. Angle on the entrance conveyor. Squeech is taken into the processing of judgment. It processes and judges things. I don't know if that's clear enough. Wide shot. We see the room in full. Hundreds of defectives on conveyor belts. Machinery. Like a giant factory, only not. We track as he is sent through. He stops at the first station. A tube of some description whips out and attaches to Squeech's pack. The tube glows with electricity. Squeech is staring blankly ahead. We move on to the second station. A large arm smashes into Squeech's head and then retracts. Squeech now has a defective symbol stamped onto its forehead. Branded, it says, but it's really just a stamp. Boom! A metal box slams violently together over Squeech. A hissing noise as it seals. It's closed real nice and tight. A laser blast shoots the box. But it's not a damaging laser blast. It's a teleportation blast. The box just vanishes. Cut to the exterior of Defective Area 9 at night. We get our first look at the big, imposing structure that houses all of the Irken defectives that are qualified to actually be snack slaves. Because, you know, if they're too defective, they just get killed right off the spot. But for the most part, this is where all of them go. Shaking. Ooh, a giant blast of light, like a huge laser, shoots into the building through a big opening meant to receive it. Stanley is regretting all the action in the opening scene, and he feels sorry for the voice actors that are just waiting in the wings. Boom! The box reappears inside Defective Area 9 in a flash of light. It falls all the way down because it's a big warehouse-like structure, so it's just boom! Crashes on the ground. Squeech pops out miraculously unharmed. We whip out and see the inside of Defective Area 9 in full.
Wow.
Defectives are everywhere. Wow, indeed. Defectives are everywhere. Some maintaining the snack manufacturing, others just wandering aimlessly in small groups because, quite frankly, they can't all crowd around the conveyor belt and make snacks for the tallest. There's too much. Mm-hmm. Another metallic sign folds out of the bottom right corner of the screen, and on it is written Defective Area 9. The sign then folds away. Back to Squeech. An equipment dispensary robot hovers up and slams the food tube gear onto Squeech's pack. And Stanley should have thought ahead of time to pull up the concept art because it would be kind of cool, he just realized, to show you what some of this stuff looks like. And hopefully he can do it quick enough to not lose anyone's attention. Ooh! Will Stanley find it in time or will he be too late? Oh, the excitement. It's killing me.
The suspense.
My back is killing me too because I've sat in one place for too long, but I'll handle it. Okay, we're... hang on, guys. Sorry. I really thought I could find it really, really fast. Here. Okay. Where is... That's not it. Come on. Where's snack equipment? What? No. Oh, here. Yes. Okay. Squeech gets this stuff shoved onto him. Let me zoom in. This is as zoomed in as I can get. Okay. Bam! You can do this. It's like this equipment just like is slammed onto him. It's for making snacks. Okay, that was very important that you see that, I guess. Okay, he sighs in defeat and marches to his station. Yada yada yada. Defectives. I don't want to go into detail. Let's get to the dialogue. Okay. All this is going on. Defectives making snacks, and then we cut to Merp. She's a lunatic, ranting and raving, and she is also voiced by the talented Navi D.
And she's supposed to be Scottish, right?
Yeah, she's supposed to be Scottish, but just do your best. No one's really judging you.
Okay. I don't really know how to do a Scottish accent, so it'll just be whatever accent. Pick something up. All right. I'm sick of it. You know, like they locked us up here, like slaves, like snack slaves.
Eric walks up with 2 sodas.
But we are snack slaves. Soda?
But okay, yes.
She takes
but still, I can't take much more. We must uprise. We must rebel. And this time we will. This time I have the perfect plan.
Oh, really? So what is it this time?
He begins chugging the soda.
I've someone to get him.
You mean him?
No, the other guy.
Oh.
It's chugging the soda again, but Stanley forgot to write that.
You sent someone to get him?
Yeah, him.
Who'd you send?
And then Eric starts drinking again.
Her.
Her?
Boom! Dramatic sting. Cut to Defective Area 9 outside of it at night. A wide shot at the front. Electric fence perimeter. The only entrance is a tiny, normal-sized automatic door. In the size of this warehouse-sized building, there's just a tiny door. That's the entrance. Close up on the entrance. 2 guards, Bob and Larry, are standing either side of the door. And Ezra, real quick, do you want to be Bob or Larry? Because I'll be the other.
I'll do Bob.
Obvious VeggieTales reference is obvious. Also, you're Bob. Okay, good. A beat. Everything is quiet. And then there's knocking from the inside. Bob and Larry exchange confused looks. The knocking is more urgent this time. Bob presses a button, and the doors open. The 2 guards lean in, looking down a long, black, dark, spooky hallway. There's a long, drawn-out period of silence. The guards are still looking in, and really nothing happens. It's just kind of weird and creepy, Bob looks at Larry. They both shrug and, stand at attention again, forgetting to shut the door like the geniuses they are. Suddenly, a black silhouette comes shooting out of the building. Bob and Larry are startled. They fall onto the ground. They sit up, and an alarm is going off. Angle on the alarm above the door. It has a holographic display on it. Yeah, Irken text is on there. Angle on the 2 idiots. Larry is squinting hard. Escaped prisoner? Then dawning realization strikes. Escaped prisoner!
Who says it first? You do or I do?
It's supposed to be synchronous, but whatever.
Okay. Escape prisoner!
We're freaking out! And then the 2 bozos give chase. I'm running. Oh no, running. Okay. Cut to the big hangar. Dock ships are everywhere. Angle on a spittle runner. The black silhouette that had escaped Defective Area 9 darts into the spittle runner, and it takes off. Bob and Larry enter, screaming and telling the fugitive to stop. I'm screaming! Stop, fugitive! They hop into their own spittle runner, complete with police sirens, and give chase. Does anyone else want to read? I'm so sorry about the giant wall of narration. If it's, am I good reading still? Or
Okay, I'll try. No, try it. Okay, please get this. Toll ring, an establishing shot, lingers for a beat. Interior toll ring. Traffic everywhere. Lines of ships heading to Irk on the left and going from Irk on the right. European traffic rules. Angle off. The opening in the back. We can see Irk swallow up the view outside. The chase bursts onto the scene. Spittle runner number 2 chases spittle runner number 1. Police sirens. Chase. Laser blast from spittle runner 2, Bob and Larry. Spittle runner 1 dodges them with ease. Up ahead, a colossal viral tank looms. The chase goes up of its surface and over the massive ship. More lasers. Some hit the viral tank. No damage.
Let me scroll down a bit.
The toll ring. The chase continues out into space, weaving through incoming traffic as laser blasts miraculously failed to hit anything. A hit. Spittle runner number 1 is damaged and sputtering. Smoke pours out of its sides. We are just outside the traffic area now. The chase continues. A hand reaches down to the control panel and yanks a lever.
Let me scroll for a second. Hang on. I'm sorry about this. Oh, gosh. I should have used the arrow keys again. Hang on. Sorry. Good thing this isn't professional. Oh, wait. It was down here. Okay, cool.
External planet Earth space. Spittle runner number 1 shakes and sputters for a moment. Then a flash of light as the ship shoots out into space at light speed. A trail of smoke is left behind. We linger for a beat. The camera turns around on it to angle spitter runner number 2 and then slowly zooms in. Bob and Larry in the ship. They are staring awkwardly at the window.
And I need to scroll down.
Did she?
She engaged the hyperdrive.
But we don't have a hyperdrive.
No, we don't.
So how are we gonna catch her?
We won't! He smacks Bob across the face, and then that was okay. We're done for you, idiot! Done! Toast! Dead! We are dead!
But I'm not going to be dead.
Suddenly, the radio activates.
That's you, I think. Well, actually, Navi, did you want to do this one?
Okay. Dookie number two, come in. Over.
Oh, so go ahead.
That's what Larry takes over.
Okay. Yeah, this is Dookie number 2. The target was destroyed. Obliterated, in fact. Obliterated into 1,000,000 tiny pieces. She's so dead that you can't even see the pieces.
Really?
Uh-huh.
A beat.
Darn, I like that chip. Oh well. Up your paperwork and get back over here. Over.
Roger that. Dookie number 2 out.
Burst of static as the radio goes off. Larry turns menacingly to Bob.
Now listen up. None of this happened, got it? She didn't escape. Nobody knows about this, and we blew her up.
We did?
Larry glares at him and faces the control panel and starts pressing some buttons.
Yeah, we did.
Spittle Runner number 2 flies off screen back towards Irk. The camera stares at the trail of smoke left by the fugitive ship for a moment or two. Ominous. Fade 2, the opening credits played out.
The end.
After it's over.
All right, yay, we got through scene 1. Thank you, Jacob. That was great.
Sweet. Thank you.
All right. Let me think. I'm going to skim real quick, see who's in this next one. Red, purple. We got the tallest. Irken, guard, George. We got Lardnar. Actually, there's plenty of voices. I think if I do the narration, we can just divide up the voices among you guys. It'll be plenty for people to do.
Sweet.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Sequence 2, Universal Conquest. Fade 2, Planet Mikrob. Space. Planet Mikrob has fallen to the Irken Empire. Another foldable sign drifts in, and on it is written, Planet Mikrob, property of the Irken Empire. The sign goes away. The Armada is swarming above the fallen planet with an Irken logo now branded onto it. We pan over to the massive.
At last!
Cut to inside the massive. Footage from the conquest is displayed on the screens. A giant image of Mikrob itself is on the main one.
Mikrob, the final enemy of the Irken Empire, has fallen!
Purple slurps a soda. Red glares at him and then continues his speech.
It was a long battle, but we came out on top.
Oh, yeah! Woo!
And as an added bonus, Zim didn't show up.
An incoming signal from Mikrob's ravaged surface. On the screen, we see Irken guard George, played by the illustrious Navi D. In the background, some Resistance members are lined up in a chain gang, and they happen to be voiced by Navi D too. It's a crazy coincidence.
All right. POWs, secured sirs.
POWs, prisoners of war.
Okay. POWs, secured sirs.
Excellent.
Oh, I'm Lord Nar too. Wow.
Yeah, you're just going to be everyone on the ground there.
Okay. You miserable Irken pigs, you oppressors. The Resisti will break out of our cells. This battle is far from over. You hear me? Do you hear me?
The guard zaps him. Psst.
Good work, soldier. Carry on.
The transmission ends. Cut to the interior of the massive auditorium. The auditorium that you can see in Battle of the Planets. For those of you who are Zim fans looking for a reference there. I did a reference, guys. A huge crowd is seen cheering and screaming down below a large platform. Giant TV screens are all over the place showing 10. She's standing above them and smiling and waving. Her face and clothes look battle-scarred, but she looks pretty happy with herself. Go ahead, Navi.
Thank you, really?
The Almighty Tallest teleport in from behind. Really big. It's a big showy burst of life, really showing off. Just boom, big dramatic teleport. As Tin continues to wave, the huge crowd's cheering swells upon the Tallest's arrival, but then dies down as the Tallest gesture for quiet, floating up to either side of Tin.
Greetings, everyone. As one of your supreme leaders, I'd like to take this moment to formally express my enthusiasm for what we've done. Irken's rule!
Yeah! Oh, I love Irkens! I love being an Irken, yeah!
Irken's rock!
Now, on to business. Thanks to Invader 10 here, we were able to conquer the last planet that stood in our way. Now the whole universe is property of the Irken Empire. So, what, you might ask, are we going to do with Microb now that we own it? How about converting it into the biggest party supply store in the universe?
Purple holds up a glow stick. Close up on the package. Glow stick, made from 100% microbians, because they're made of energy, in case anyone doesn't know. Yes. Purple tears the package open, shakes it, and cracks the glow stick to, activate it. A blood-curdling scream of pain erupts from it. Ah! The crowd is awkwardly silent. And then after a beat...
Anyway...
While finishing off Impending Doom 2, we'd like to award this medal to Invader 10!
Extreme close-up onto Tin's chest. The medal is pinned on. It has "good job" written on it, and a smiling Irken logo giving her a thumbs up. The camera zooms out to reveal the medal is actually tiny, like really tiny. I'm talking the size of a dime. Angle on the crowd. They're all squinting, trying to see what it is. It's like, it's really hard to read. And then...
Of course, this victory would be impossible without the brilliant leadership of us, your tallest.
Suddenly, red and purple put on two enormous and fancy medals for themselves. The crowd goes nuts, cheering again. Woo! Almighty Tallest rocks! And I think I actually have concept art of what their medals look like. Hang on, just give me a second. Let's see if I can find it
here.
Of course, they'd give the tallest medals to the biggest medals to themselves.
Well, yeah, they deserve it. They deserve it.
Do you want me to keep reading, Stanley?
Oh, if you want, go ahead. I'll be right back, but go ahead.
All right. The almighty tallest float in, still wearing their medals.
Sir, quick update on the planet. Everything's been converted. It's going good. And the Resisty guy is still complaining. A whole lot.
Hang on just a second, and I wanted to show everyone, this is the tallest medals.
Oh, there we go.
So here's the tallest medals. They've deserved it. They're the champions of the day. Okay.
Should I do that again?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
After all.
Jacob, just do that last sentence and that Resisty guy, from there on.
And that Resisty guy is still complaining. A whole lot.
Well, it doesn't matter, I suppose. After all, now the whole universe belongs to us.
When Red says us, we jump cut to a wide shot of the entire Massive's control room, making Red and Purple look super tiny. We remain from this giant, way back angle in here for a while now. Okay, Purple slurps his soda. It's pretty awkward.
The whole universe. Yep, all of it.
I'm bored.
Whoa, Jacob, that's a really good impression.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That sounded just like Kevin McDonald. Oh my gosh.
Also, at this point, we would jump cut back to a normal camera angle. But go ahead.
I know there's not much to do.
What about Zim?
What about him?
Well, Impending Doom 2 is over.
So,
you know what would be really funny?
What?
The look on his face if
he found out his mission was a lie?
Just think of it.
Several images of Zim being sad flash across the screen, each one more funny, more sad than the last. It's really pathetic. It's increasingly funny with each image as they envision how sad Zim would be. The images go away. Pause for a beat. 2 beats. 3 beats. And then...
Chart a course for planet Earth around our way to Urk. This is going to be priceless.
Okay, now here's a... Red begins to chuckle evilly, and the laughter starts to grow.
Okay.
The Armada is swarming all over the planet. The Almighty Tallest are laughing hysterically. Between laughs, Purple slurps on the soda. And then, as the tallest laughter echoes away, we fade to the next scene. I like this. This is so fun. It's stupid, but it's great.
Who should do
Zim?
Zim?
Maybe Zim.
Oh, yeah, Navi, do you want to be Zim?
Okay.
At least, it doesn't have to be permanent. It can be for this scene at least, though. I mean, we can switch it up.
Invader Zim, where Zim's voiced by 4 different people.
Yes.
Okay, so Navi, you can be Zim. Does anyone else want to be the narrator? And I'll be the other characters? Or
I'll do the narration here.
okay, Jacob, are you okay with sitting this one out? Or Jacob, I want you to do sound effects.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Exterior Zim satellite, space. Sequence 3, Smoots. Zim's purple Irken satellite is orbiting Earth. The camera is constantly drifting to Zim's satellite, fading closer and closer positions, all while still subtly drifting towards the satellite. All the while, Zim's laughter is echoing in, building up. In the rear of Zim's satellite. Zim is hunched over, zapping something, wielding glasses are on.
Yes, yes, at last.
Stands, removes glasses. A big red button. Zim admires it to beat, and then faces the Earth.
Do you see this? Do you see this? You pitiful worms! Do ya? Do ya? It is your doom. Yes, your great doomy button thing. Anyway, prepare to perish at the hands of Zim!
He aims it at the Earth. Dramatic music, anime action lines follow Zim's fingers as he goes to press it. Zim presses the button. Nothing. Presses it a few more times, throws it on the ground. A smoking Irken ship, the Spittle runner, shot by Bob and Larry, plummets to Earth, nearly smashing the viewport. Zim, startled, falls to the ground. He stands up.
Oh, that's so... What is it? That's so... That's what it does. Wait a minute.
As Zim runs out, we get an unnecessarily dramatic close-up on the button as it's left laying on the floor. Oh. Zim dives into one of the many teleporters. Nothing happens for about 2 beats. Zim patiently kicks it. Zap electrocutes him or teleports him painfully.
Same thing.
Zim zaps into view and stumbles out of the middle one, burnt, then runs off screen. We pan up through the dirt and wires underground to interior Zim's kitchen. He leaps out of the toilet, now in his bearded disguise. Gur's watching TV with Minnie Moose. Zim runs back out.
Gur, I'm going out to investigate a crash. I might have to hurry around. People might have found it. And it's an Irken ship. Get you out of the house unless I tell you come back get me. Okay, bye.
Gur responds by picking up the TV remote and flipping channels. The Angry Monkey Show comes on. Jacob, do you want to do narration now? I'm busy eating my snack.
Probably do.
Go ahead, Jacob. It's cool.
I think he is staring at the TV intently. Okay, 2. Some park.
Scroll. There we go.
Some park. A tiny oasis of wildlife and a pond surrounding it, a clearing. Trees in a park. Frogs, birds, and dragonflies, all sickeningly cute looking. The Irken Spittle Runner crashes, of all places, right in the middle of the pond. The tiny dragonflies explode into a green mist as they're hit. The wildlife runs away. Flames and sparks fly everywhere. Then a female Irken voice comes from inside the cockpit. Smoot herself is hidden from the view by the wreckage.
Help! Help! Help!
Zim walks into the same to the trees as Smoots keeps screaming.
This liquid, it burns! Help! Help!
Zim looks at the Irken ship in suspicion.
What business do you have here? Am I the only one who is to conquer this? I am the only one who's to conquer this filthy ball of filth! Not you, or anyone else! I'll beat you, even steal that ship too.
Zim? Is that you? Oh my goodness, I was right! You are here! Ah, help me though! This liquid is burning my skin!
Zim folds his arms and laughs.
Ha 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 ha! Of course it is, you fool, but...
A beat. His eyes widen.
Wait a minute. How do you know my name?
A pause. There's no response. Boots is still unseen through the smoke and wreckage.
Answer me!
Another beat. Police sirens approaching in the distance.
The humans, they come.
He looks back at the sinking ship. Microphone pops out of his pack.
Grr! Initiate the rescue mode.
Yes, sir!
Out of the sky comes Gurr, a tiny trail of smoke following him. He crash lands at the edge of the pond. The sirens are getting louder now. He's in his doggy disguise.
What are your orders, master?
Subjugate the prisoner!
Okie dokie!
Gurr dives into the water, crashing to the front of the sinking ship. This causes a splash to hit Zim and burn him.
Yes.
He loses balance and falls into the water. Gurr hovers out of the wreckage and lands on the bank, a wriggly bag at his side.
Grr! Help me! Help me!
What's the magic word?
This is no time for...
Say the magic word, please!
Okay, please help me, Grr! I feel like it sounded like tack.
A beat.
Say the magic word! Say it! Say it!
This is so fun.
I feel like I'm just voicing Zim like tack, like the voice I'm using.
That's okay. Man, okay, I gotta grab a drink of water. I want to keep this going, though. This is fun. You guys good?
Yeah, we're good.
So we need to determine.
Yeah, who wants to be the narrator? I've done narrator a bit much now. Navi or Ezra? Which one of you? Ezra, you did what? Navi, you haven't done narrator, right? Would you like to do the narrator?
I can attempt, yeah.
It's okay. No one is judging anyone here. It's fine.
Okay.
I'll be Robo Dad.
Okay. You can be both because I think those are the only lines they have in this. And it's like it'll be kind of awkward trying to synchronize. Actually, no, Navi, you should also try to be Robo Parents just to see how bad it can synchronize because it'll be really off. It'll be funny.
Because we need a robot mom, right?
So who's gonna do Zim here?
I'll do Zim.
Okay, you do Zim.
And
I'll do the computer as well.
Actually, I think this scene cuts back and forth between the tallest and Zim, but it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out as we go along. I'll be right back. I'll get a drink of water. Yeah, I'll be right back.
I'll do the computer.
Okay, cool.
We're gonna read in your absence. Is that the plan?
Yeah, you can go for it. I'm gonna be very fast, like less than a minute. So you can go for it if you want. I bet I'll be back before we need to scroll.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be fast.
All right. Interior, Zim's living room. Later. We can see the front door. A bug crawls across, stopping and starting. Hold for 1 beat. 2 beats. A bug is halfway across when... Kaboom! The door slams open, presumably killing the bug. Zim enters the room, dripping and wet. Still smoking a little bit. He's carrying the sack on his shoulder, Smoots. Still unseen, is in the bag. The robot parents pop out.
Welcome
home, son!
son!
Zim looks slightly annoyed. Gurr walks in behind them, also soaking wet, holding a suck monkey. Zim slams the door shut behind him. He stands in front of the couch.
Computer! Take me to the prisoner bay, now!
Okay, Zim.
The couch lifts up, and Zim hops into the empty space below it. It's actually an elevator. Gurr hops onto the top of the couch and soaking in everything, and promptly continues watching TV. The couch then lowers, taking Zim and Smoots down to the elevator. Interior Zim's elevator. Zim is silent, very angry. Elevator music.
So, did you disguise the wreckage?
Zim is still scowling. External park clearing. Earlier. There is a giant inflatable duck where the wreckage used to be. The duck has a voice box strapped to its outside. It is playing a quacking sound on repeat.
Quack.
Quack. Quack.
2 police officers step into the clearing, pointing their pistols straight forward. From the officer's point of view, we scan the scene. They don't see anything unusual about the giant duck. Medium shot on the officers.
There's nothing here!
He looks at the other officer, smelly.
Idiot!
He hits him over the head with the butt of his pistol.
Oh!
Interior Zim's base holding cell. The elevator dings, and Zim marches out.
Sheesh, you're welcome.
There's a prisoner bay and an observation deck. Zim stomps into the prisoner bay, and the doors open automatically. He jumps Smoots down on the prisoner's table and then walks out. The camera's positioning makes it so that Smoots is still unseen. Until Smoots next speaks, the camera should be positioned in a way to make her unseen and hidden from view. Minimus removes Zim's disguise from him and floats away. Zim presses a big red button. Lights come on in the room. Zim stares at the glass. Hand chin. I think
that's a typo. It's supposed to say hand on his chin.
Okay. He's thinking for a beat.
Computer, run a scan of every Irken in the known universe. I want to know who she is. She obviously knew me, and...
Scan complete. No match.
Wow, you're really that fast?
Sure.
We may have missed someone. Run the scan again.
Done. Still no match.
Gur floats in from beneath the glass, holding his suck monkey.
That can only mean she's a spy, and she's after my Zim knowledge. Computer, shoot her in the face!
Yes, sir.
In rapid succession, a gun turret pops up, aims at Smoots. Gur is looking forward. The turret turns to Gur. Gur looks at it. Gur only has time to gasp as the turret fires, blowing Gur's head off and leaving a puffy cloud of smoke and wires behind. His body drops to drink and starts feeling for where his head was.
Computer, why would you do that?
What? You said shoot Gur in the face.
No, I said shoot her in the face.
No, you did not. Watch.
A video screen pops down. It replays the whole scene, word for word. The screen slides back into the wall.
See?
All right. This is kind of a scene break. Navi, are you still okay with being the narrator, or did you want one of the tallest?
I can continue with the narration.
Sounds good. I'll be... Who wants to be purple? I'll be red. Or the other way around. It doesn't matter to me.
I'll try and be
guys,
purple.
do you want me to ask to see if maybe my Zim voice actor wanted to get in on this for Zim?
If you want, if he's down for it, I'm cool with it. Yeah, I mean,
because he just answered me on Twitter about something else, so I was going to ask.
It's a free for all. Yeah, this is a free for all, man. We're just having a good time here.
I'll try and do purple.
Sweet. I like your purple voice, by the way. It's really good.
Oh, thank you.
I think actually, Ezra, you should be red again. Like, you guys didn't get a lot of lines. It hasn't been worn out, and there isn't really anyone like those other parts. It's like no one was here. That's why we're cycling through them. So yeah, looks like the people in the chat are enjoying it too. You guys having a good time out in the chat? You enjoying this little escapade?
Sweet.
This is so fun. I'm glad you guys agreed to do this. This is great.
Yeah, this is fun. If we don't get through this, we can try doing this in multiple parts.
I'm down with that. Like, seriously, that'll be great. And maybe even Steven can jump in at some point.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if he joined. Just shooting him a message now. All right. Continue the scene while I'm waiting for him to respond.
Yeah.
All right. Exterior, the massive. We hear the tallest's muffled laughter.
Go ahead and do some laughter that sounds muffled, guys.
Oh, wait. Let me find it
here. Okay.
Interior the massive, we see a Zim puppet held by Red. He's making it flail and flop and smack itself against the console surface. Red is ducking down below the electronic console. Crowded next to the pilot, she seems to be trying hard to ignore everything. The tallest laughter dies down.
Okay, my turn. I want
to be Zim. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I was looking over to see if he responded. Anyway, Red and Purple switch spots, and Purple dives down beneath the console, knocking the pilot over in the process. A beat. Focus on the console surface. An even worse looking Zim puppet pops up. It's not made of cloth. It's made of what looks like an empty milk carton shape. Just awful. Purple makes the Purple begins making the puppet talk and move.
Doody-doo, I'm Zim. I think I'm an invader, but I don't do anything productive.
Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, it looks like I'm getting a call from my awesome, wonderful, and superior leaders.
Hey, Zim.
Why, hello, Metalis. What a pleasant surprise.
This is great. Ezra, your prop came in very handy.
Yes.
Did he get back with you yet?
No, just waiting.
Okay,
Alright,
you have the link still to send to him, right? Sorry, I'm just wanting to make sure ahead of time.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I do.
Awesome.
I could just pull up Facebook.
Is there still
Sounds
going to be Zim for this one?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's responded. He said, "Sure, sounds fun." So would I be doing my dim voice on the stream?
As well as anything else, it's really just let him know it's like super casual. You know?
I am Zim.
Oh, it's actually saw a picture of Richard Horvitz holding a sign that says "I am Zim." I mean, he's pretty much the only person that can pretty much legitimately say that.
Yes, literally.
Pretty much.
All right, he said sure, so that's cool. He's down.
All right.
Should we hold on?
Exciting.
Should we hold off then?
Yeah, let's just wait, and then we'll sort it out when he pops in. We'll see what we're doing.
Okay.
It's super casual.
Does he have the link?
I think Davi said she's got it copied from her Facebook, so she'll just send it to her.
Zimmy.
Yes. It's the horrible Mary Sue.
Zimmy. I do it.
I can't do. I'm not gonna do Smooth's voice.
Okay, cool.
I mean, that's your thing.
All right, I'm down with that if you are.
I mean, like unless you want me to do that.
I'll do it. My voice is not yet annihilated, so I'm good for that.
Well, my voice will be annihilated with all the screaming I'm gonna have to do later.
Yes.
I think every major character in this screams a couple times.
Yeah, I think the only one who doesn't is Gaz, and that's because she's real low and menacing. I think literally everyone else screams, even Membrane, even Did, even the computer. He like shouts at Zim one time. It's great. It's just great.
And even doing this kind of voice.
Kind of gets a big rating.
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't think there's a single soothing character in the show. A character whose voice is naturally soothing to do.
Well, probably Gaz is. I mean,
yeah, Gaz is like she's just very like I don't know, like low and menacing.
Yes.
I mean, heck, even Dib probably. I mean, he probably doesn't even have to strain his voice too much to do Dib's voice.
Actually, funny you mentioned that. The voice actor who volunteered to do Dib for my thing, he really says it really hurt his voice to do Dib because he did an amazing impression, but in order to achieve the impression, he had to really tighten his throat to get the Dib voice. It was something like that. And so, like, and I'm not doing it justice because I don't sound like Dib, but that's the technique he used to get it. And like he said, it really took a number on him.
Well, I mean, I don't think Scooge was too hard for me to do. I think it was just more like you had to kind of talk like this, kind of like you can't really breathe and talk at the same time as Scooge.
Right. Minor spoilers, but I think one of the hardest vocally lines for you, I'm going to take a guess, was when Scooge was first introduced, and then it ends the scene with Tack grabbing him by the throat.
Oh yeah, that I actually physically grabbed my throat to do that.
Yeah, I encourage stuff like that as long as you don't go too far and actually.
I think I actually told you that I actually ended up
Trying to do this and do the voice.
But it worked out, man. I loved the line.
So weak.
That was also tough. You know, like as he's like climbing up and like.
When the realization kicks in that he's missing his pack, and then he starts slowly dying, and then the second he sees it, he's like, "Oh, there it is."
Like, yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff where he's just normally talking was easy, but there's not a lot of that in here.
Well, to be fair, your voice naturally is fairly close to Scooge.
Yeah, I mean, I just had to talk from the back of my throat a bit to do that.
Yeah, you gotta do that. You gotta talk like that, only not Russian.
Yes.
I'm Russian, Scooge.
Hey, it is me. I am Zim. Yes, I invade. This is Zim.
I am Zim, not Russian knockoff.
My brother and I always like joking around about like knockoff versions of popular characters that are like dressed up in like costumes and sent to kids' birthday parties, and like these actors know nothing about the character they're portraying. They're just getting paid to do this, and like, you know, in their spare time they live in a dump. They're a chain smoker. It's the opposite of the character. So it's like
I am totally Invader Zim.
Oh, hey, Shining Cecil's here. Hello!
Hello!
Welcome to the nightmare. Hope you brought tea. I don't know.
Drank it earlier, but it's in my system.
Welcome to the high society class.
Yes.
Yes.
You're not wearing a tuxedo. Didn't Navi tell you need to wear a tuxedo?
Oh, I mean, I'm usually pretty formal in personality, so maybe that.
You're not even wearing a hat.
Yeah.
Hold up.
I'm not wearing a hat.
Yes. Now Navi feels singled out.
How's that?
All right.
Yeah.
That's man, I like it. Okay, so basically, I'm taking it. Navi filled you in on what we're doing.
Yeah, somewhat. Doing voices and characters and things like that. I guess reading things.
Basically, yeah. This is my fan film, the fan film script. We're just going through it just for fun, and we're like doing voices and stuff. So we're just having a great time. And it's literally completely casual. We've been messing up right and left. It's amazing. It's fun.
Indeed.
I got to voice him.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. You're like,
technically, I'd be the only one who didn't get to voice Zim.
Yeah. We're just taking turns because, obviously, it's not the full cast, right? So the people who aren't here, we're just filling in randomly as we see fit.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
So it's fun. Navi suggested because you're online now, you wanted to possibly do Zim.
For sure, yeah. Why not?
Just get to the script.
Yeah, Navi, did you want me to take over as narrator just for this first scene since he's just joining and stuff, or?
Yeah, sure.
Did you want to do Smoots?
I'll do Smoots. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So for context,
We're gonna make it as obnoxious as possible.
Yeah. Let me catch him up real quick. So fan film. Let me just show you the basics. Is Smoots is an escaped Irken defective. Her defect is that she randomly fixates and attaches to things. She gets obsessed with things in a fangirly, creepy, romantic type way. Her latest thing is Zim. So she escaped prison, crash landed on Earth, and tracked down Zim. Zim has no clue who she is. She's basically a parody of Mary Sue's. And so Zim has drug her back to his base for interrogation. And that's where we start. So here we go.
Little did he know he'd be torturing himself.
Yes, he will be torturing himself. Okay. Interior, Zim's base, holding cell. Zim staring intently into the prisoner deck, which is separated by a one-way mirror sort of thing. We finally see Smoots as she jumps up, screaming Zim's name, slamming her face onto the glass, and giving the audience a heart attack. Zim falls down. We wait a beat, and then...
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, hey, you didn't get a script. I have a link to the script if you would rather have it on your computer.
Sure, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a lot easier, I think. Okay, sorry. I didn't even think of that. We're just so lost in what we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on. Okay, it's a DeviantArt link, but there's a download button. So let me I'll post it I'll post it in right here, signing Cecil. If you see the chat over to the far right of your screen.
I just sent it into the private chat.
Okay, yeah, there's a private chat over to the far right of the screen.
Yeah.
There's a link to the script. And so, yeah.
Stanley, just a heads up, Jacob and I are going to have to head out in about an hour.
That's okay. The three of us will tackle it in your absence. We will bravely soldier on and see if we can far at all. We're not going to go through by the way, we're not going through the whole script, by the way. We're just sort of going until we feel like quitting.
Yeah, as far as we can get.
So don't be alarmed.
Not a problem.
I mean, I want to do the whole thing sometime.
Oh yeah, that'd be.
Oh yeah, we'll probably do it in chunks for sure. Yeah, we're on 24, and I hope that script's up to date. It might not be, but we'll just deal with it because
looks like it is.
Okay, good.
I don't know what the first version is, so I guess I can't do it. It looks like it's up to date. I don't know what the previous version was like, so
Well, I've been reading it. It's been fine.
We'll roll with it. It's no big deal. Let's just go.
Cool. All right.
Okay, so let's start the scene over just one more time.
Sure.
Just so people aren't confused. Okay. Interior, Zim's base, holding cell. Zim is staring intently into the prisoner deck. We wait a beat. We finally see Smoots as she jumps up, screaming Zim's name, slamming her face into the glass, and giving the audience a heart attack.
Zimmy! Ah! Sure! Pick up your head!
Oh, I knew it! I knew you'd find you here! You did it! I'm so happy!
Be quiet! That's better. Now listen up, you weaselly pig, alright?
Anything for you, Zimmy?
What?
Oh, nothing! It's just that I would do anything for you, Senpai!
See me pie? How dare you insolent vermin! Claim them ID Zim! And Zim shall be addressed as Zim!
Yes, sir!
Good. Now then, tell me who you are! Answers! I demand answers! You miserable detective! Who are you?
Bravo.
You sound like Zim, man. That is great. Oh, I am so
awesome.
glad Navi decided to invite you. Ezra, Jacob, do we have enough time for one more tallest scene at the least?
Oh, we have a full hour.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay, good.
Not
Okay.
till 11.
Sweet. Okay. Then we cut back to the massive. Close up on Purple's Zim puppet that he's holding.
What do you mean I'm not an invader?
Purple breaks down and he begins slamming the puppet against the console's top, causing loose parts to fly everywhere. Angle on Red and Purple both. They begin laughing. He continues banging the puppet against the console's top. The pilot that Purple knocked over earlier stands up, annoyed. She looks at the console and a beeping noise sounds. I guess, Navi, you can be the pilot.
Sirs! Urgent incoming transmission from Irk!
Purple continues to laughing while Red, however, stops.
What?
Purple's laughter finally dies down. Bob and Larry, they're the two guards from earlier. They were responsible for Smoots escaping, and they're now reporting to the tallest to admit their mistake. They appear on the transmission screen in tears. They're bawling their eyes out and begging for mercy. And Cecil, did you want to voice one of these goons?
Sure.
You can. It doesn't matter. Bob's kind of a deep voice. Larry's kind of a high-pitched, nasally voice, and that's about the gist of it.
Larry might probably be better for my wheelhouse then.
Go for it, man. Okay, so we both just scream. We both do this at the same time, and just it's supposed to sound messy and chaotic.
Okay, I see. I gotcha.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1.
Sorry, we're so sorry. It was all his fault. I didn't mean to do it. I had nothing to do with it.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Etc. Purple is just staring blankly at the screen, blinking occasionally.
Hey, be quiet!
The two guards stop. Tears are still in their eyes. A beat. Larry sniffles.
Now explain yourself, soldiers.
Yeah, explain yourselves.
In the background of a transmission, the short janitorial drone Dookie walks on screen. Bob sheepishly begins talking. Larry looks like his emotions are about to explode. Well, you see...
Defective got away!
Bob whacks Larry in the face with his zapping rod. Larry falls out of the shot for a moment or two. What he meant was that when we took our posts, we found that defective number 2410 had already escaped.
Who was on guard duty before you?
Larry is sitting up again. Bob turns around. It was him! He points to janitorial drone Dookie, who looks up, confused.
Seize him!
Larry dives towards the back and tackles the short little drone, beating up noises. We see Bob and Larry holding a thoroughly confused Dookie.
Good work, soldiers.
Have him executed.
Dookie's eyes widen in shock. Bob and Larry salute. Yes, sir!
Yes, sir.
The screen goes to static.
Sorry, I was a little delayed there.
No, it's cool. It's expected.
Can you believe it? The nerve of some people.
He holds up what used to be a puppet.
Interrupting like that.
Red isn't listening to Purple. He looks at an Irken pilot up above in the upper level of the control room and points.
You! I want you to look up all the information you can on defective number 2410.
The pilot begins typing away furiously. Red turns to Purple, his voice and expression very grave and serious.
How? How could anyone escape defective area 9? We designed that ourselves. It's impossible!
Hey, you're right. No one can escape it.
Sirs?
What is it? What have you got?
Defective 2410, named Smoots, female, transferred to main holding last Tuesday.
Another pilot, seated next to Red and Purple, speaks up. Also, Shining Cecil, is that line, another pilot seated next to Red and Purple, speaks up? Is that in your version? Because that was a later
Oh, yeah.
edition.
Yeah, it's in mine.
pilot number 3. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, I'll read him, but I just wanted to make sure because that would be the telltale sign of an outdated version.
Okay, gotcha. Not a problem.
And here's the record from her sentencing. He presses a button. I don't want to do the control brains all at once again because that was a disaster. So who wants to do the control brains?
It just seems like one of them.
It's supposed to be all 3 of them, but I don't want to try synchronizing it.
All right, I'll try and do it.
Okay, static. Then the main view screen shows Smoots in the room of judgment. 3 drudge control brains ominously looming up above her. She has her mouth taped shut.
We have our ruling. Due to her pack's clear display of love, romance, and other pretty gross, mushy feelings, and her tendency to apply this fixation on random individuals she hears about, most recently the infamous war criminal known as Zim.
A holographic image of Zim pops up. Smoot's eyes widen.
We find her to be a defective, fit for snack slave duty. Her data shall be neutralized, and romantic obsession with Zim shall be locked in place, since it's definitely harmless and absolutely has no chance of leading to outright disaster in any way at all. Transfer her to main processing.
The playback ends.
And that's it. There's no other information on her.
A beat. Then Red sighs in relief.
Oh, phew. For a second there, I thought it was someone important. Carry on, then.
Red and Purple look down at the Zim puppet. They both inhale, and they're about to laugh. And then we cut away before they can laugh. Okay, so back to Zim in his holding cell.
So, let me get this straight. After you hijacked a flying space monkey, you navigated your way here to Earth? And now you plan to steal my mission? Yeah? Don't you?
Sure, why not?
I knew it!
He turns around.
An interesting development. I must think on this while I'm at school. Computer, keep this miserable guy!
He turns around to find Smoot standing right behind him.
Let's go!
Computer, stun!
A laser stuns her. Minnie Moose floats in and drags Smoots back into the cell.
How did she get out of her cell?
Master, I'm sorry. She asked me to let her out, and your ID pack data paths are almost exactly the same. I mistook her for you.
You're funny. You always know how to make me laugh, computer!
But you didn't. With all due respect, sir, it's not a good idea to leave her alone here.
No reaction from Zim.
Unsupervised.
A beat.
In your base of operations.
Another beat. Yeah. Zim's eyes widen when Minnie Moose squeaks.
Computer! I'm going to have to keep her under constant surveillance.
I just said...
Huh?
Nothing.
That's what I thought.
He suspiciously squints.
Nothing.
An awkward pause. An elevator extends from the floor beneath Zim and takes both him and Minnie Moose up into the upper base. Yay!
I just like squeaking.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. You having a good time, Shining Cecil?
Absolutely, sir.
Good. Okay, I'm glad to hear it.
You sound just like him.
You do. You really do.
Yeah.
Sometime if this is possible, I want to get him and Steven on the same stream so that they can both literally switch being Zim between every other line or something. That'd be fun.
You're like, I am Zim. No, I am.
Who's the real Zim?
With the real Zim, please stand up. Me!
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would actually be a lot of fun.
That would be fun. And I think I'm not knocking Steven, but I think you would have a slight edge because Steven sounds exactly like him, but I just have to pitch it up slightly. So you might have a slight edge over him, but don't tell him I said that.
We're live.
Yes. Steven's a cool guy. Okay, so now Zim, in case audience members have just joined or are catching up, Zim is going to take Smoots to school because he realizes he can't trust her alone in his base because she can just tell his computer to do stuff and his computer somehow mistakes her for him. So that's kind of funny. It's almost like they're both defectives or something.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. What's
That's
that?
Stanley? The substitute is bitters.
Can I do dib?
You can totally do dib. I love it.
I was going to ask, but you can keep him.
Okay. Actually, okay, so we have the three real people who are talking. I volunteer to be the robot substitute because there's a robot substitute teacher, and I would love to be robot substitute.
Okay.
Navi, do you want to still be Smoots or do you want to be the narrator?
I still want to be Smoots. It's actually really fun.
Okay, and then that means Jacob, you will be our narrator. I think that's the exact right amount of parts for this scene, so that works out nicely.
I'll give it my usual dramatic flair.
You should. Okay, so we're ready whenever you are.
All right. Interior school hallway. Zim and Smoots enter with Smoots in an even cruddier disguise than Zim.
Wait, just give me a second. Hang on.
Ooh.
He's gone.
I think Steven vaporized him.
I clicked the wrong button.
You left your host.
No, Stanley, don't leave us.
I'm so excited. Bye. No, hang on. I was gonna quickly pull up some concept art that we have sitting here of Smoots in her school disguise. I thought that would be fun for everyone.
You left your own street.
Oh man, I gotta leave. Okay. Wow, that was funny. Okay.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, right. That was awkward. Okay.
Tune in next week to see if Stanley ever comes back.
Yeah, right.
And we're still streaming at that point.
Yeah, right.
Same channel.
Yeah, because he didn't have he's the only one who had the on-off switch. Okay, so let me see here. Smoots, where do I have a? Okay, I don't have a default image of her, which is weird. Okay, let me find it. Okay, here it is. Yes. Okay, so let me pull up. Sorry, this is a bit delayed. It's delayed because I clicked off the stream. Comic concept art. Here we go. Final artwork. And which character and serial number? Smoots. Where is Smoots? Not stock Irkens. Man.
I'm right here, Zimmy.
Oh, you don't. Oh, man. Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's funny. It's funny. Okay, so I can't find her for some reason. What? No, she's. Let me just type in.
That voice really hurts.
Oh, there! I found her. Okay. There you go. So this is
It
Smoots.
actually doesn't hurt me at all for Smoots.
So this is Smoots. That's the defective symbol. I figured that in this world, defectives, once they're labeled and if they're decided not to be executed, they just get branded with a defective logo. And then here's her school disguise. Notice the cardboard covering up the defective logo. Very ingenious.
And one of the eyes are see-through.
Yes, because she has a messed up eye over here. So, yes. I wanted to go full Mary Sue. I think I succeeded. Okay, anyways, so I'd love to leave that up, but I kind of have to see the script. Okay, back to the live stream. Okay, so anyways, she shows up in an even cruddier disguise than Zim. Continue, Jacob.
Zim and Smoots enter with an even cruddier disguise than Zim. One contact lens is messed up, and the wig doesn't conceal her antenna. Students are giving them weird looks. They whistle inconspicuously.
Meaning Zim and Smoots, by the way.
Inconspicuously, and past Dib, who has his head inside his locker, stuck apparently.
Oh. Yeah. You asked for the part. Go ahead.
Help! Somebody. My Dib voice is not very good.
Don't just roll with it, man. Just roll with it.
Somebody help! My head is stuck. Please? Anybody? Oh, never mind. I'll get it myself.
Dib pulls out his head with a lot of effort. Then he does his double. Then he does a double in Zim.
Oh, I should have said. Okay, there's a.
Then he does a double. Then he does a double
take
in Zim and Smoots' direction.
No! No! No!
He freaks out and begins muttering and panicking some more. Quickly, he runs down the hallway towards Zim and Smoots. In slow motion, Dib dives down the hallway and tackles Zim. We return to normal speed.
What is this, Zim? Who is this? What's going on, you little green freak?
Zim kicks Dib off of him. Dib goes flying into a wall.
breaking a chunk of it in the process. Stands up.
Nothing is going on. This is merely my...
Smoots, wall-eyed, screams and hums at the same time, staring off at some point far away.
My disgustingly unexceptional sister-sibling.
Smoots stares at Zim.
Thing.
Zim and Smoots walk to the class. Dib glares at them as they leave. In Miss Bitter's class. Smoots walks over to a big empty desk at the back of the room. She sits down and looks around. Something catches her attention. She waves. The camera zooms back to the front of the room to reveal that she's actually waving rapidly at Zim. He looks up, feeling her eyes drilling in the back of her skull.
It's supposed to say...
Of his skull.
Of his skull, yeah.
He turns around and glares at her. A robot pops up in the front of Miss Bitter's desk instead of Miss Bitter's.
Attention, students. I am robotic substitute. I am replacing Miss Bitters for now. She is spending her annual Teacher's Day off in the boiler room.
To the school hallway. The door is labeled Boiler Room. Dark, misty clouds of supernatural evil float out from under it. We see Miss Bitter's eyes in the darkness. Horrifying music. Into your Miss Bitter's class. A beat.
This being the last day of school for the year, I have been instructed to inform you of who passed and who is staying behind next year.
The robotic substitute pulls out a paper and begins reading. Give you each student in turn.
Dib, fail. Rob, fail. Alex, fail. Morla, fail. Smolga, fail. New student Smoots, fail.
Dib casts a glare at Smoots. He runs to the other side of the room, right beside Zim's desk. The robotic substitute continues listing names in the background as Dib talks to Zim.
I don't know if this new kid is Zim. Perhaps the clone you made of yourself. Perhaps some assistant.
Fail.
Stanley.
I'm sorry, is it too loud? I was trying to be quiet.
Kind of distracting.
Okay, just pretend the robot's just listing off these names in the background, and they're all failures. There's no exceptions.
Perhaps some assistance. Perhaps a distraction. It doesn't matter. I'm going to find out one way or the other. I'm going to stop both of you, no matter what.
Zim nonchalantly grabs Dib's head and shoves him off screen. Dib gets up. He takes note of Smoots in the back. An idea hits him when he runs around to the back of the room. Zim glances back, worried. Dib stops right beside Smoots' desk.
Oh, whoa! What an absolutely gargantuan hat you have!
Dib looks annoyed. Beat.
You're new here, but Zim...
A beat.
Zim says...
Fail.
Beat. Dib looks annoyed.
Zim says he's your brother. Why haven't you been here before? Are you really an alien like him? And by the way, I have a normal-sized head.
Well, what do you know? I'm actually an alien!
Smoot suddenly notices that Zim is in the front of the room looking back. He's waving his arm frantically and shaking his head no.
No? Alien? Of course not. I'm just an exotically beautiful that, I have to look like one. I'm very beautiful. I'm pretty up too.
Zim suddenly arrives, slapping a hand over Smoot's mouth before she can make things worse.
You'll have to forgive her. She's a little mentally unstable. You see...
Zim, I'm not an idiot. She's here to help you take over... I'm sorry. She's here to help you on your mission of taking over the world, isn't she?
The thought infuriates Zim.
Zim needs no help!
Zim proceeds to kick Dib backwards. Dib flies down the aisle between desks and into the robotic substitute.
Ow!
Upon impact, the robot explodes, sending Dib flying into the ceiling. He goes through it, creating a large hole. He falls through the ceiling again, and back in the room, creating another large hole. He lands right at the feet of Zim. Zim chuckles and then turns around, noticing that everyone is looking at him.
I've been working out.
When he says working out, he lifts up the leg he used to kick Dib and points at it, awkwardly smiling in the process. The bell rings. School lunchroom. Later. Zim and Smoots are sitting at the same table. Zim is using a yardstick to keep Smoots several feet away from him. However, Smoots is staring at the food, a roll, and a carton of milk. She pokes at the roll. It's hard as concrete.
Ew, nasty! Smells so bad!
Smoots swallows the roll whole, but trying to look romantic. Instead, she chokes on it, coughs it up. And a shout out to John Carpenter's The Thing, the roll sprouts spider legs and scurries off. The camera tracks it across the room. Gaz is sitting next to Dib.
Oh,
video
okay.
game.
I forgot Gaz was in this saying. Did you want me to take over Smoots and you do Gaz, Navi?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, Dib.
Can you believe it, Gaz? Another alien. Now they pose a true threat, and it's up to me to stop.
Deb, I have to put up with you enough at home. So I want you to zip your mouth right now before I inflict such misery upon you. On your deathbed, you'll be wishing that you'd been an only child.
Anyway, I'm gonna end it now.
Leaps onto Zim's table.
It's gone too far, Zim. Your invasion of the planet ends now.
Pulls out a spray bottle.
What in the world is...
Just something I whipped up in my dad's chemistry labs.
Zim gasps in horror. He kicks over the table. Then he takes off down the hall. Dib gives chase. They slam to the doors. Everyone in the cafeteria is staring at the doors as they close. Then the kids go back to eating. School hallway. Zim is running. Smoots pops up behind him, running too. She has a gleeful smile on her face. And now running alongside Zim. Zim looks terrified.
What kind of game is this, Zimmy?
This is no game! I could die!
She squeaks with joy as Zim and her run around a corner. They are almost at the exit. Dib emerges from the shadows.
Not so fast, Zim!
They stop. Zim looks nervous. Smoots giggles.
What's so funny, huh?
This game!
Game?
Quickly thinking, Zim kicks Smoots into Dib, knocking him over. Zim runs off. Smoots gets up and runs after him. Dib groans, gets to his feet, dusts off, then gives chase. The chase leads into the street, downtown.
Aha! Smoots! This is a game! Wait.
Yeah.
This is a game! It's a race! Yeah! We have to beat the Dim Pig!
Okay!
Smoots grabs Zim by his antennae. And he yells.
Yeah!
And extends her spider legs, taking off downtown in the process. Dib stops, out of breath.
No! Curse you, Zim! Curse you! And curse you too, you other Irken jerk!
All right, sweet. Okay, I'll be the narrator this time. Sequence 6, I'll do the narration. Zim is here. Yeah, you can be Smoots again. Yeah. Robo parents. Ezra? Did you want to do Robo parents this time? Well, there's only one line for them.
Sure. I guess I'm also saying it in unison.
Oh,
right?
we have the tallest are here. Okay, so I got it.
Oh.
I'll be the narrator and the computer. And if you and Jacob want to be the tallest again, and then Jacob, you can also be the Robo parents if you want.
Okay.
And then Navi and Shining Cecil will be the normal Smoots and Zim stuff.
Cool.
All right, here we go.
Let's do
Okay.
this.
Exterior of Zim's base later. The two are laughing as they walk up to the door. Zim's laugh is cruel, while Smoot's is more idiotic. Zim stops laughing, but Smoots continues on for a second. Zim looks annoyed.
Did we win the game?
A beat. Zim spins around and approaches the house. Interior, Zim's living room. Zim opens the door to his house. The robo-parents pop out.
Welcome home, son.
They disappear. Gur and Minnie Moose are on the couch watching TV again. Gur is just sitting on his head. Hi there! Zim and Smoot step in. Sir, incoming call! It's the tallest!
The tallest? They're calling me. I usually have to call them. This must be very important. It's about time they recognize my talents.
Glances over at
Get
Smoot.
lost!
Oh, sorry.
That's cool. Go ahead.
Get lost! This is an important call.
Oh, but Sammy!
Computer, stun!
A laser zap Smoot. She falls over, knocked out.
Computer, cloaker.
Yeah. Computer this, computer that. Hang on. A blanket drops. a blanket. Sorry. I'm having way too much fun, guys. Hang on.
I'm loving this.
A blanket drops down and lands on top of Smoots. The blanket is the same color as the ground. It's the same pattern. So it just lands there, but it's not lined up properly at all. Zim turns around and presses a button on the television to activate the call.
Hey, I was watching that!
Hello, Zim. We have a very...
My tallest! My true role models. My uncontested leaders. You are calling me? I feel so humbled.
He dramatically bows.
But not surprised.
In the background, Gur loses his balance and falls to the floor face first.
You should, okay? Because we are going to...
Smoot sticks up in the background as Zim is talking.
Why are you calling me? Huh? What important event could have transpired that would make you, my worthy leaders, call me the greatest invader ever?
We are calling because...
Why?
Be quiet!
Zim is silent. Zim is silent.
Jacob, you sound just like him.
You do. We're discovering
pretty
unknown
much.
talents here. Zim is silent. In the background, Smoots, Gur, and Minnie Moose just sort of wander off. And then Red.
Uh-oh. Okay, we're done conquering the rest of the universe, and Operation Impending Doom 2 is almost a success.
But then we remembered you, the,
He pulls up a script he held.
greatest invader ever.
And in order to speed along the process, we're coming to Earth to help.
Cut to Zim's living room.
Huh? Here? You're coming to Earth?
Yes, we're going to bring the Massive to Earth on our way back to Irk. We're about an hour or two away. We'll land the Massive in your neighborhood.
Cut to inside the Massive.
Then we will.
Zim smashes up against the screen, smiling like an idiot.
Then we will make you the official dictator of Earth by threatening to blow up the entire planet if nobody obeys you. Isn't that nice, you little creep?
Zim squeals in excitement. Twitches his arms, legs, and flailing. He's just so happy.
Got to go now. Bye.
The transmission cuts, and they burst into laughter as soon as Zim's no longer on call. We cut to the membrane household day. Dib walks up to the door, sulky and downcast. He opens it. Who wants to be Dib? Cecil, you haven't been Dib yet. Do you want to try Dib?
Sure.
Sweet. Okay. Jacob, did you want to be membrane?
Sure. I mean, the narrator I did earlier kind of sounds like him.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Okay, so
Sometime.
Dib enters the house. An alarm goes off. Ignoring it, Dib drops his school stuff onto the ground and sits down in front of the TV
The
set.
script's wrong. You spelled school correctly.
I know, it's a shame. Professor Membrane leaps into the room holding a pair of pliers and a cyborg bunny.
What is the meaning of this, my boy? Why are you here and not at school?
The alarm stops.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you, Dad.
Membrane presses a button. Oh, Dib presses a button on the remote, and Mysterious Mysteries comes on. Professor Membrane throws the cyborg bunny and pliers across the room. An explosion happens off screen. He kneels down to Dib's level, putting an arm on his shoulder. Dib just keeps angrily watching the TV.
Son, I am Professor Membrane!
Dramatic music plays!
The greatest, most famous scientist currently living on the face of this earth!
Everything's calm again.
And also your father.
Professor Membrane picks Dib up and turns him around to face him.
I'm sure I will understand you if you told me. It's not bullies again, is it?
Dib sighs as Membrane sets him down, knowing exactly how this is going to turn out.
It's Zim. He brought in a creepy new girl, Smoots, who he claims is his sister. But I know for a fact that they're both not human. They're monsters from outer space, bent on eradicating mankind. I tried stopping them, but they escaped me as soon as I started chasing them down. That's why I'm bummed out, and that's why I'm home early.
Pause for a beat.
Aliens? Again? Why must you constantly lie to me, my insane child?
How shocking! You don't believe me. I know. I've heard it before. You need to study real science. Well, I've had it. Proof is right under your nose, Dad. Right under your nose! Why can't you see it? It's just so...
Well, son, to be blatantly honest, I don't want to believe you, and I wouldn't have the time to believe you even if I did, which I don't.
Okay, let me guess what the punishment for missing school again is. Is it...
They say this in synchronization. Just try as best as you can.
Okay.
3...
Horrible...
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, just go for it. Just go for it.
Horrible scientific test tube experiment.
Oh, that was actually perfect.
Yeah.
Go for
Yes.
it, Membrane.
Come on, son. Let's punish you for science.
A large test tube extends down from the ceiling. It's labeled the tube of punishment. Okay. Okay. Cut to Zim's living room. Zim is standing in front of the blank TV screen. Smoots walks in along with Gur. They're both giggling and dressed as princesses. They're dressed with what is clearly the junk they found lying around the base. Hang on. There. This is Smoots. This is Smoots' princess's disguise. Okay, there we go. You don't have to see that again. Minnie Moose is just sort of floating. He has a dress on too. Okay, go ahead, Smoots.
Who did that?
That was good. Okay, go ahead, Navi.
Oh, do you think you'll love it?
I'm gonna eat this later. He begins eating the dress. His own.
Oh, sorry.
So I just wanted to
How's it going?
a beat, and then excitedly,
I'm going to be made dictator of this filthy planet!
Can I?
No, computer!
what now?
How close is the massive?
About a minute, and
A minute? Is that all? No time to waste. Computer, get the food cruiser's engines heated up immediately!
he skips away humming. The scene ends with a slow, dramatic zoom, cutting between Zim leaving and Gur chewing on the dress. Okay, cool. That's a little hard to do with audio, but you get the idea. All right, I'll try to get through this quickly so that we can get back to you guys having fun. Okay, I'll just be fast. Exterior, the cul-de-sac, day. The camera pans down to a man walking across the street. He's licking an ice cream. Suddenly, the earth starts shaking. People are poking their heads out of windows and looking up at the sky. People are still looking up, awestruck at the mere sight of such power. We don't get to see what they're looking at yet. The ground begins rumbling a lot more. Also, I forgot to write this, but the guy licking the ice cream falls over and the ice cream hits him in the eye. Yes. Then
The ice cream or the cone?
the cone, actually. It's the pointing end. Actually.
Good lord.
The ground begins rumbling, and then the clouds part, and the massive slowly descends upon the area, along with the entire Irken armada. Soon a building is crushed as one point of the massive lands on it. More buildings crumble. People start freaking out and panicking. The ship finally touches down, killing Stanley Orr in the process. As the dust settles, the crowd.
Stanley.
That's my cameo. I die. As the dust settles, The crowd stops panicking and instead looks up in awe at the Massive. So the dust has settled, and there's the Massive sitting right down the middle of the cul-de-sac, facing Zim's house, and it's just awesome. As we pan up, Zim's Voot Cruiser, tiny little Voot Cruiser, hovers into view. We cut to inside of the Voot Cruiser. Zim is dressed like an evil emperor. He's grinning in anticipation. Smoots is looking in the wrong direction, smiling like an idiot. Gurr, however, is crying. But the monkey show! I gotta have the monkey show! Zim hands Gurr a weird electric device to distract him. Gurr smiles like a child and begins playing with it, getting zapped a few times. Cut to the exterior of the cul-de-sac. A small door opens up on the side of the Massive, and a ridiculously long ramp extends down. 2 Irkens run down the ramp and set up a podium at the end of it. They then stand at each side, pointing zapping rods at the gathering crowd to keep them back. And the crowd's just all like, "Ooh.
Woo!
Okay.
I'm gonna touch it.
I'm gonna touch it.
But
Touch the butt. All right. Actually, funny enough, how much longer do you guys have, Jacob and Ezra?
About 30 more minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool, because that should wind up just in time for us to cut off Act 1. So we're about to approach the end of Act 1. That'll be a great time to end it. I have got to get a quick drink of water, but I will be back in literally less than a minute. So if anyone else wants water, I guess now would be a good time.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing, actually.
Could you get me some water too, Stanley?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll get you some, Ezra. Anyone else want some water? You want Sprite?
Yeah.
Or
Yes, give me
I'll get some spaghetti.
Give me some water
cool.
too.
Yeah, no, I'll be back.
This is fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm so happy Shouting Cecil came.
Me too.
I was like, just when I was voicing Zim, I was like, no, we need him.
My Zim's not even close to his.
My Zim sounds like Tack.
My Zim sounds like this.
I don't know why, but it sounded like I was doing Tack midway through the Zim.
I can't
My
even.
Zim sounds like Clembrain on drugs.
Computer. That's
So
my
is
Zim.
Clembrain a living organism, or is he some kind of robot?
I think he's a organism.
It's like a fish or something.
While we're
That's what it
waiting,
looks
I'm
like.
going to go ahead and see if I can find the concept art I made for the Tube of Punishment.
It's the tube
Okay.
of punishing.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
Is that what it's called on the concept art?
Yeah, actually it is. Here. So this is what Membrane's trying to shove Dib into, is the Tube of Punishment.
Oh my gosh.
That top part is just smaller than Dib's head. So there's the Tube of Punishment for reference, guys. Okay.
I didn't realize I can't even tell good. I couldn't even tell what I was doing is purple. I was just talking like this.
And it worked. It worked gloriously.
toast?
Yes. Okay, sweet. Let's get okay. So we'll do the same roles pretty much the same set of characters. There's a few extras. We'll figure them out as we go along. I think. Yeah. Okay. So sequence 7, frowny face. No, it's cool. Okay. Interior of Dib's living room. Professor Membrane is trying to fit Dib into the test tube, but Dib's head is too big. Focus on the TV set. Mysterious Mysteries is on. They're somewhere in Antarctica having an awful time. The headline's on the show, Aliens in Antarctica. Suddenly, Mysterious Mysteries is cut off. It's interrupted by a news flash. Breaking news. Alien contact confirmed downtown. Cut back to the Tube of Punishment.
Dad, look at the TV!
Professor Membrane turns his head. On the TV screen is an image of a news anchor. In the background is the Massive and 2 Irken guards.
You won't believe it, folks. Aliens are real. A giant spaceship has landed downtown and 2 aliens have come out of it.
At this point in time, Gaz walks in from school. typing something on her cell phone. She's just fidgeting around, doing nothing. She looks at the TV. Oh, that's a loud cell phone. On the screen, the anchorman is interviewing an Irken guard.
Excuse me, sir, but why have you come?
The Irken promptly zaps the newsman in response.
It sounds like he's talking, trying to talk sophisticatedly, and like while he's also yawning.
Yes.
I'm trying to differentiate it from my membrane voice.
Good point.
because those two voices are actually kind of similar to what I did for the actual newsman guy.
They are. Okay, so Irken zaps him, and then we cut back to Gaz. Disinterested, she returns her attention to the cell phone and walks out of the room. We track her. We track her as she walks, and then we stop when she crosses Dib and membrane. They are both shocked and staring at the TV in bug-eyedness. Cut to the cul-de-sac. Day. A doorway opens up at the top of the massive. The silhouettes of the tallest appear, surrounded in fog. They emerge from the fog, coming into full daylight, which is suddenly blocked out. The daylight is blocked out by the Irken Armada. The almighty tallest begin floating down the ramp gracefully. The people are looking in awe. The tallest are still floating down. The people are still dumbstruck. The tallest float down some more. The people are starting to lose. The people are starting to lose interest. The tallest don't float down even more. One person in the crowd has fallen asleep. We can see. Then we cut to a wide shot. We see the full ramp and the two tiny dots of the tallest. It takes a while for them to get down. It's one giant, unbroken shot. We're just gonna slowly, as they descend, boom. They finally make it to the podium at the base of the ramp. Microphone feedback sounds as Purple begins to speak.
Hi.
A beat. The crowd is unresponsive.
What's up?
Nothing.
How are you today?
Oh, for the love of...
Red turns on the laser lights, and the crowd immediately lightens up. The sky has now turned pitch black, and the shadows of the almighty tallest are cast onto the massive, making them seem bigger and more ominous than they really are. Think like Wizard of Oz, you know? Their voices have been synthetically altered to sound deep and booming as well. You guys don't have to do that.
Greetings, miserably inferior race of sad little cretins. We are the leaders of an extremely powerful alien race known as the Irken Empire. We have come a very long way just to speak with you. Isn't that nice? Or isn't that great?
The crowd cheers with joy. Jonan Vasquez, who is in the distant background, is cocking a pistol.
Gosh.
No kidding.
Back to the tallest.
Anyhow, you may not know this, but you unworthy little insects have been given the privilege of having one of our spies live among you for quite some time now.
The crowd gasps, and a faint gunshot is heard.
Oh my gosh.
It's dark, but it's funny. I imagine Jonan just hating my work so much.
His name is Zim.
A beat.
Zim.
Oh, sorry, coming. I am coming.
Yeah, let me scroll down a bit. Zim's boot cruiser hovers above the podium. Inside the boot cruiser, Gur is still fiddling with the explosive device.
Stay in here, okay?
Okay, but can I?
No, stay.
Gur shocks himself. He goes back to playing with the device. Zim steps to the back. Cut to the podium. Zim is beamed down in front of it. He begins talking as he's descending.
Hello, pitiful humans. Yes, it is a... Oh, sorry. I was going to say it is I, but it's not. Yes, it is true. I am an alien.
Zim takes off his contact lenses, revealing the shocking truth. The crowd gasps. Zim extends his spider legs and stands, as tall as the tallest now, thanks to the spider legs.
And I have come to destroy.
Purple taps him on the shoulder and then hands him a paper.
Oh, okay. My leaders would like me to read a speech they've prepared especially for me. Here I go. Dear Earth, I am Zim. I like that part. Zoom! I have come to enslave you all, or at least that's what I thought. Wait, what?
Zim begins looking confused. The light show cuts off. The Armada returns to space, bringing daylight back. Zim's just standing there confused. Purple nods to a guard. The guards back up and step onto the ramp behind Zim without his knowing. The ramp begins retracting back up into the massive with the guards and the tallest on it. Zim continues the speech.
I am actually a stupid moron. The only reason my tallest have sent me here is to get me out of the way? What? No! That can't be. I'm Zim!
At this point, Zim is beginning to tear up and sound sad, and he just gradually breaks down throughout the rest of the speech.
Okay, here comes my acting chops, I guess.
Yeah.
My leaders have chosen to send me here because I'm nothing but a nuisance who's full of incompetence. In fact, I'm not really good at destroying you all, and I'm not really an invader. I'm stupid, little defective idiot who smells like moldy shoes and burnt salmon. I am unworthy to be called an Irken, and am insulted to defectives. The toast wishes me a horrible, gory demise here on this filthy planet. Love, Zim.
Yes, you knew exactly what I was going for. At this point, Zim breaks down and starts crying. Do whatever. He looks up at the massive now that the tallest are back in and everything's been retracted fully.
It's not true. Is it my tallest? There's a mistake. Say it's not true, please.
Red's voice is echoing over the area. He's transmitting from inside the massive.
Oh, but it is, Zim. Now we're going to abandon you here.
Yeah, it was. It cuts in the middle of him talking, so go ahead.
Now we're going to abandon you here and leave you to the mercy of the humans.
Smile!
In the background, Purple takes a picture of Zim's face. Cut to the exterior day.
Goodbye.
The massive blows the Voot cruiser into millions of pieces. Gur goes flying across the sky, screaming at the top of his lungs, and crashes through Zim's roof. From within, another burst of electricity happens, followed by Gur giggling. The camera whips back to reveal that Smoots is standing next to Zim, unharmed somehow. No clue how she got there. There she is.
Hey! Why did they do that?
Zim is unresponsive. Smoots turns and looks at him and begins waving her hand in front of his face, grabbing him, hugging him, getting more and more touchy with each Zim.
Wow. Ah! Zim!
With violent shaking, the massive begins taking off, causing Smoots to fall to the ground. Buildings crumble. It's just, earthquake supreme as the massive lifts off. Cut to inside the massive. Purple leans over and puts the picture he took into a scanner. He presses a button, smiling. Cut to outside of the cul-de-sac during the day. An explosion of confetti rains down. Turns out it's not confetti, but small pictures of Zim in a sad, depressing, humiliating pose. It's the photo Purple just took.
Oh my.
Cut to Dib's living room. The camera on the TV screen falls over as a rock hits it, and the broadcast goes to static. Silence. The camera pans over to Dib and Professor Membrane, who are both staring in shock at the television. Dib looks over at his dad.
Now do you believe me, Dad? There! Proof! Proof!
A beat. Professor Membrane trembles.
It's not possible. It's not. Oh, no!
He runs out of the room screaming.
I'll be down in my labs having a mental breakdown if you guys need me, son.
Cut to the back to the cul-de-sac. People are groaning and looking around. Some are just standing up. They're all recovering. Catastrophic damages everywhere. A giant pile of rubble where building used to be. It's just a nightmare. Then a bystander. Hey, look! Oh, go ahead.
Hey, look! The alien! He's hanging to that weird green house!
A mob forms around and heads up to the house. Just as the mob is about to reach it, however, a big sheet of cloth painted crappily to look like the buildings and the skyline behind Zim's house. It folds down over Zim's house.
He's using some kind of cloaking technology.
Unable to handle it, the man's brain literally explodes, smoke and flames from his head. Cut to Zim's living room. Zim is crying in a corner. Okay. While Smoots is concerned about him. Let's go. He's very, very upset. He's so upset he's quiet. Smoots is concerned about him. Gur is just busy still eating that explosive device Zim gave him to fool around with. Minnie Moose is just floating around. Gur is currently trying to cram the whole device into his mouth, getting zapped occasionally all the while. A beat.
Are you sad?
Suddenly, Zim stops trembling.
No.
He turns to Smoots, who takes a step backward in fear. Zim looks a little creepy himself. An evil smile has spread across Zim's face.
I'm doing just fine.
Off camera, Gur is choking on the explosive device. Okay, so now Yes, so now we are on the last scene of Act 1. I am so happy you guys are reading this. Can I just say this is literally amazing? I am having so much fun.
Glad you're enjoying it. We're all enjoying it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone having a good time. I don't want to drag this on for longer than anyone's comfortable.
Oh, even the people in the stream are having fun. I asked them.
Yeah, so good. Okay, and yeah, Zim. Yeah, that's sad. That's sad sequence with Zim. Hey, Cecil, you knocked it out of the park with Zim. You instinctively knew what I was going for there, even with the, he's all sad and then it loves Zim. Okay, same rules as last time. Let's just keep it going. It's pretty much the same cast. Let's just keep it rolling. Okay, cut and Cecil. As long as you're okay with having a conversation with yourself, because this is the scene where Zim and Dib meet up. So, are you cool with that?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Okay.
Or to make it easier, I could try doing Dib. Whatever works.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Scooge, you are now Jacob. You are now Dib. Okay.
My real name is Scooge.
Okay, so here we go. Cut to sequence 8, Irk or Bust. Cut to inside Zim's living room. It's later. Smoots, Gur, and Minimus all sitting down on the couch. Gur has almost all of the explosive device stuck in his mouth. He's trying really hard to pay attention, but clearly can't.
Okay, so what we need to analyze are the facts.
The television screen turns on, revealing a blueprint with a poorly drawn picture of the tallest, Zim, and a control brain. Zim gestures to each one with a pointing stick as he speaks.
Facts number 1. The tallest absolutely loved me and would never do such a horrible thing to their greatest soldier. No way. But I know...
Go ahead.
But I know for certain that was the tallest who did that to me. Fact number 2.
A beat.
They've been brainwashed.
Are you sure they don't just hate you?
I suspect that one of the control brains was jealous of my awesomeness and decided to brainwash the tallest into exposing me.
Zim gasps in shock as something occurs to him.
Maybe they're still being controlled by it as we speak.
Okay, cut to inside the Massive. It's now on its way to Irk and flying smoothly through space. Oh, it's the outside of the Massive. The tallest are laughing hysterically. The confetti pictures Oh, it's inside the Massive. I'm getting all mixed up. Whatever. The pictures of Zim are floating everywhere. It's a great time. The pilots are trying so hard to focus on their job. The tallest are laughing and cracking up. Suddenly, and without warning, the screen comes on. On the screen is the symbol of the master control brain. It is in control of all other control brains. Okay, this is the big boss of the Irken Empire.
Oh, master control brain!
Red and purple turn and salute, stiff and scared. A beat passes as one of the pictures touches the video screen and wipes across it before floating off. You two have disappointed me. I gave you direct orders to head immediately to Irk. You were not authorized to stop anywhere on your way back to here.
Oh, well, you see...
No! I'm not finished. You also failed to tell me that a defective escaped Defective Area 9. It was your stupid project. It is your fault that someone escaped.
I'm so sorry, sir. It won't happen again.
You're right. It will not. Because the next time you do something without my permission and against my orders, you will both suffer a fate worse than death. No more mishaps. Is that clear? They're so scared they can't speak.
Sorry, it won't happen again, sir.
The screen goes blank and both red and purple breathe a sigh of relief. And they exchange worried glances. Cut back to Zim's living room.
Now, are there any questions?
Smoots raises her hand. Zim squints suspiciously at her. Gur swallows the explosive device. Boom! Gur explodes into a million pieces. A beat. Minnie Moose squeaks at Zim.
Ah, good point, Minnie Moose. How will we fly Irk without a ship and sabotage the master control brain, so that we may set the almighty tallest free, and they'll reward me by letting me become leader of Irk?
As Zim speaks, in the background, mechanical arms are sweeping up Gur's remains into a dustpan.
Well, my Voot cruiser has been blown to pieces. It'll take months to repair, so that plan's useless. And the backup ship isn't designed for space travel. Only short-range air travel here on Earth. The dipstink is cat ship. Maybe.
There's a flash of light as we see into Zim's thoughts. Dib, Zim, Gur, Mini Moose, and Smoots are all crammed into Tack's ship, yelling at each other and fighting and having absolutely no elbow room.
Hey, get your elbow out of my side! You
Get your arm out of me, you alien!
Horror drowns out all the noise. Another flash of light. Cut back to Zim.
No, never mind. That would be a bad idea. I suggest you. Jeez, sorry. I suggest we use my base.
Go ahead, Jacob.
What?
I accidentally voiced the computer earlier. I didn't mean to. I remember you were doing it now.
What? Did I get a say in this?
No.
Mini Moose squeaks again. Zim snaps the pointer stick in rage.
I don't know how. Would you like to come up with everything? Huh? I remember your place, soldier. Oh, sorry. I thought it was on I there.
Yeah.
I remember it very well.
Yes.
Remember your place, soldier. Are we understood?
Mini Moose squeaks.
Excellent. We left off in exactly 2 hours.
The camera zooms in to a big mechanical device implanted on Zim's raw. A sticky note on the side of it reads, Zim, see if this is a spy device sometime. Love, Zim. Fade to Dib's room. Dib is sitting at his computer with headphones on. An image of Zim's base can be seen on his screen from the spy device that Zim never checked out. And then we get an exact replay of what just happened.
Excellent. We lift off in exactly 2 hours.
Interesting.
He takes off the headphones and begins pacing around the room.
Zim's heading to Irk, huh? Well, good. Let's hope he doesn't come back. But wait, if he's going to Irk, can I possibly follow him? Yes, I can follow him in Tag's ship. And when we're there, I can wipe out all alive in that filthy little planet of monsters. It's payback time, Zim. I'll be Invader Dib. And nothing.
Oh, gosh. Sorry. It's okay.
And nothing will stop me. Nothing. I might need some help, though.
Cut to Dib's living room. Dib leaps down the stairs with a suitcase in hand. He runs by Gaz, who is playing her video game.
Gaz, come with me. I'm going to Irk to destroy...
Dib, what in the world would make you think I would want to put up with your idiotic self more than need it? No, I'm not going with you on your little play date with Zim. Besides, with you gone, I can actually spend time with Dad.
Dib looks nervously at her.
You know, Dad isn't going to come upstairs and hang out with you for a while. He's busy having a mental breakdown over the fact that I was right. Aliens do exist.
We whip over, and the camera pans over to a long stairway leading downstairs. Horror music, membranes babbling. It's a nightmare. We cut back to Gaz and Dib. Yeah, we cut back to Gaz and Dib.
We interrupt your breaking news to bring you this breaking news.
We whip over to the TV. Newsman Guy's clone is sitting in the newsroom with a pile of papers he's reading from. In the top right corner, there's a picture-in-picture of the Game Slave Corporation's CEO. Actually, let me just do this. It's easier than describing it. Hang on. Game Slave CEO. Yes. Okay, so can I? Oh, okay, wrong page. Hang on. Sorry. Where is it? Dang it. I had it, and then I lost it. Wait. Oh, man.
What?
It's concept art of the Game Slave CEO. I didn't want to waste your guys' time. I thought I had it ready to go, but I apparently put it in the wrong folder.
Okay.
Oh.
So if I can't find it within 10 seconds, I'm just not going to bother. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7. I found it.
Oh,
Okay.
perfect.
So here's the Game Slave CEO sitting in the top right corner of the picture-in-picture. And he has 2 Game Slave slaves that'll be involved later. Okay. So we interrupt to bring you this breaking news. We see that in the top right corner, and the news guy says...
And the news guy says,
The CEO of the big Game Slave Corporation, Mr. has this to say about the recent alien encounters.
The picture-in-picture zooms into full screen. Around the membrane household, lights flicker and dim, and everything becomes haunted and spooky. The Game Slave CEO speaks in a voice of legion.
We have successfully captured the technology that dropped from the aliens when they landed.
On screen, a photograph of Smoots' Spittle Runner wreckage, retrieved from under the decoy duct, appears. 2 game slaves are standing either side of it. One is picking his nose.
Using this, we will create the best, most powerful game slave system in the universe!
Gaz opens her eyes. The TV goes back to the game slave CEO.
Oh yeah, it'll rock! Unfortunately, we need a better look at this Irken Empire's technology. So, to any individual who can bring us more to study, we'll reward you with a game slave ultimate at a discounted price. That's all. Have a nice day, everyone.
Everything returns to normal. The TV cuts to the newsman guy's clone, who is smiling and happy still.
I hate my job.
Cut to Dib's garage later. Gaz is dragging Dib towards Tack's ship.
Fine, I'm coming along.
She throws him into the cockpit, then hops in herself.
Ow!
But don't expect me to jump in and play along with your stupid supernatural daydreams.
Who knows? You might come in handy.
Gaz growls.
Sorry for implying that you could help me wipe out a race of evil fiends.
Cut to the exterior of the garage, a beat. Tack's ship bursts through the roof and then flies out into the sky. It slows down, bumping into Zim's satellite, then circling around and hiding behind it.
There.
Cut to inside the ship.
Now all we have to do is wait for Zim, who should be coming by any minute now.
We dissolve to outside of Zim's house at night. The crowd hasn't lessened any, but the camouflage is still in use, and it's still working. The news reporter from earlier, with a bandage on his head now, is talking to the camera.
We aren't sure what's going on, but an alien has made his house invisible somehow.
Hey! That looks like it's daytime still!
A roll of nighttime paper rolls down in front of it.
Never mind!
Cut to inside Zim's living room. Zim is standing in front of what looks like a control panel that has been, inserted at the front of his door.
Everyone ready?
The camera pans back to Smoots, Gur, and Minimoose, who are sitting on the couch.
No.
Zim doesn't notice. He presses a button. Cut to outside Zim's house. It's not space. I don't know why I wrote that there. There's rumbling as the whole ground shakes. Zim's camouflage flies off. The house takes off slowly, retracting its tentacles from the neighboring houses. The underground portions of his base are sealed off so that nobody can get in while Zim is away. Several humans are burned alive while the fire shoots out.
Yeah.
Suddenly, the house shoots out into the night sky. Inside Zim's living room, the G-force of the liftoff has Zim, Smoots, Gur, and Minimoose all pinned to the ground or in Gur's cage to the couch. Zim is screaming his head off. Gur is laughing and whooping as if it were a roller coaster ride. Smoots, screaming, falls back into the couch, getting her whole head stuck between the cushions. Cut to Tack's ship. Dib is reading some sort of magazine. Gaz is playing video games. Zim's house suddenly flies by them, smashing into Zim's satellite on its way. Glass from the satellite's window flies everywhere. Oh, sorry, that's Zim. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm into it.
I'll try to go for like a Doppler thing here.
And then Dib's like,
whoa!
He looks out the window. He presses a few buttons. Cut to outside of Zim's satellite. Tack's ship follows Zim off away. We linger behind, zooming in slowly on the glass now drifting in space. We ease into a close-up of the button Zim had made in an earlier scene. It's unnecessarily dramatic for something that's supposed to be just a throwaway joke. Okay, then we cut to Zim's house. The screaming is still going on, and then Zim says,
Computer! Slow down! We're in space now!
Okay. Hang on.
Cut to Zim's house. It slows down and begins flying steadily. Gur is still screaming. I can't do Gur screaming at once, but just pretend Gur is still screaming his head off. Cut to inside Zim's house.
I don't know.
Zim sits up and grabs the controls again, and Gur slowly starts. Okay.
That was fun. Do it again.
We cut to outside Zim's house.
Do it again.
The camera is in front, looking back at the house. Okay, so the camera is facing the house as it goes through space. It's flying around. Tax ship comes on behind it, swerving and trying to stay stealthy, but it's not doing a good job at all. Cut to inside Zim's living room. Zim's looking at the screen, humming and steering the ship. When suddenly a rear view screen extends down. Tax ship is on the screen.
Dib, in tax ship! I should have known he'd be nosing his way into this.
Cut to inside tax ship. Dib freaks out when Zim's voice startles him.
What is the meaning of this, Dib? Why are you following me?
I'm here to help. Yeah, I figured since this doesn't involve blowing up Earth or anything.
Cut to Zim's living room.
I don't need any help on this mission. Just go back to your stinkhole of a planet. No.
Fine. You just go on without my help.
Silence! Don't you tell me what to do.
Zim slams a big button on the control panel. Robotic tentacles extend out of Zim's house and latch onto tax ship, yanking it into the house and fusing the two together.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Cut to Zim's kitchen. Dib's ship is perfectly fitted into the house now, just like as if it was another room. So, we have living room, kitchen, tax ship. Dib is face down. Dib has gone flying out. He's laying face down in the toilet. Gaz hops out of tax cockpit and she's playing on her GS2. Smoots is still pinned into the couch. Gaz sits sideways on the couch using Smoots' protruding torso as a footrest. All the while, Gur sits on the other end of the couch. He opens a bag of poop corn and watches Gaz play. Dib enters the scene.
Hey, why'd you do that?
Zim doesn't bother looking away from his control panel.
Foolish human! I did this because now I have the combined power of tax ship and my base. I can get to Earth twice as fast. Now make yourself useful and control that half of the ship.
Dib looks like he's about to object, but then doesn't. He sits down back in the control area of tax ship.
Oh, Stanley, Jake and I have to go now.
This is the last scene.
What is it?
I mean, these are literally the last 3 lines.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Dib looks up at Zim.
You're stupid. You know that, right?
Cut to outside of Zim's house. It flies past the camera into space. We fade to black. End of Act 1.
Yay!
Yay! Happy! So
Yay,
fun.
team!
Yay, team! We did it! We brought world peace!
And science!
And science.
And science!
All right. Okay. People are really adamant that I actually go through with the fan film. I have plans, okay? You will see some form of this story released. Okay? Trust me. Just trust me. Trust me. I have ideas, but no one will say anything because surprises and expectations, and I don't want people getting overexcited, okay? So yeah, trust me, there is plans.
It'll be worth the wait.
Are we ever gonna continue this?
I would love to. I'd love to do this some other time. We'll
we
take a break.
We can do it like act by act.
I think we should. We should try. Act 2 is a big one, but I think we can pull it off. There's only 3 acts. Acts 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. So thank you. Okay, so Shining Cecil, what are you thinking? You enjoying your?
Oh, like about the stream?
Yeah, no. Like, how, are you having a good time? Like,
absolutely, dude. 100%. I'm glad that Navi had said something, mentioned it on Twitter, and yeah, I've been super enjoying this actually.
Sweet, yay!
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
This is awesome.
Yay! Awesome. So yeah,
you sound just like Zim.
You really do.
Yeah,
Man.
you do.
I meant what I said. I want to get you and Steven on board so you can just alternate literally every other Zim line and see how that'll be a funny disaster because I mean, look, these script readings, we don't. It's not fun to take it seriously. It's fun to just mess around and stuff. So this is great. I'm having so much fun. Okay, so Jacob, thank you so much for joining me. Just short of you actually entering with your actual voice you did for it, but we'll have to save that for next time. So thank you, Jacob.
Jacob, you too.
It's like, my fun.
Real good job on purple.
My actual main characters, and then begins the next scene. But thank you. Like, you are very welcome.
Yay! Okay, so thank you, Jacob, and also Ezra. So glad you can make it. This is really fun, and I look forward to having you back on. Maybe we can get a bigger. Well, we can't get a bigger group because I think this thing has a limit of 6 people.
Yeah.
Oh well, maybe it'll just be us plus Steven. That'll be fine. And then this will be great. Okay, cool. So talk to you later. You two, and have a good one.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.
See you guys.
See ya.
Get out of here. No.
Be gone.
So yeah. Cecil, what do you think of the story and stuff so far? I mean, I have to ask that because I wrote it, so I'm just, I have to ask that.
I am very much a simpleton when it comes to movie stories and plot lines. I'm just gonna say, I'm digging it. It's super.
Yay!
Cool.
And I know it's kind of harder. It's naturally gonna be harder to follow because it's all script speak. There's typos. We're trying to stumble our way through it, so it's gonna be confusing naturally. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. I don't know. It brings a smile to my face hearing people laugh at this stuff.
Well, yeah, it's super fun. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, okay, cool. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Cecil, for joining us. And do you have a channel you want to plug real quick? Do you?
I guess my channel that I have where I do acapella and barbershop covers of video game music called Cecil and the Clones, or Cecil and the Clones, however you pronounce it. So, yeah.
Check it out, guys. And thank you very much for joining. Looking forward to having you back. Maybe next time we can do that with my Zim voice actor and you just switching lines. That'll be perfection.
That'd be super rad.
Yes. Okay. And Navi, thank you so much for inviting Cecil. That was a stroke.
Yes, thank you.
Excellent. I'm glad you suggested it. That was so fun.
As am I. I'm very glad. So thank you, Navi, as well for that.
Yes. And, yeah, and to anyone else in the chat, anyone at all, if you want to read the script yourself, I guess I should paste a link real quick, actually. Hang on. That would be smart. Just in case there's some people, I think, who asked earlier if they wanted to follow along. There you go. Posted the link in the chat real quick. So check it out if you guys want. Have a good one. And we're going to end the broadcast now. Bye-bye.
Farewell.
Good riddance. Bye.